don't know if I have that on my main character, actually. I need to check that. Countless years I waited within that stifling crystal, and now when my dream is finally within reach, you stand in my way. Your dream is not but selfish ambition. Its fulfillment would benefit only you. And why, Athena? At the end of this road to godhood, what did you hope to find? It matters not. The fact remains that she worked against the interests of the star. Even so, I would hear her answer. I would know why my mother cast us aside. How unlike you, Erictonios. You were never so inquisitive before. Having struck down upon the hypothesis, there is but one thing the wise woman desires. Irrefutable proof. My theory was that any true god would see us as we are, imperfect. He would hammer out our flaws and build something greater. To prove this could not but benefit the star, I would give it to perfect stewards that might shine brighter than any other. And you would destroy the lives already upon it. In that, I am no different from our peers over the course of eons. How many creations have we wrought? Such creatures cannot but usher their inferior predecessors into oblivion. Even without our meddling, nature would take the self-same course. The destination is the same. Is it somehow worse to arrive there by the guidance of a god? I think not. The Oracite made such thoughts irresistible, perhaps, and could not have been created from the whole, but could not have created them from whole cloth. This is Athena's truth. What right have you to pass judgment? You were but a vessel for my masterwork. My purpose ends there. My mistake was leaving you possessed of a soul. What are you saying? Poor Erictonios, always the last to arrive at the obvious conclusion. I gave birth to you for a single reason, that you might serve as my tool, and like any tool, I crafted you to suit my needs. Would I accept my essence when the time came? Of course, I also made you more amenable to my demands and assured that you would feel a glowing affection for your dear mother. However, it seems that my tinkering was insufficient. Very feelings were of your design. You created a boy unable to grasp even the simplest magic, ever hopelessly clinging to his mother's robes, unable to do otherwise. I was doomed from the start. Yet here you are, standing in defiance of her design. You are more than what she made you. I still feel a sting of it. With pain comes clarity. You ill deserve to witness the mantle of a god. Deserve to wear the mantle of a god. A Stubborn as you are witless, if the star will not be mine, then it serves no purpose. She aims to obliterate the ethereal sea and stem the flow of life. She will do no such thing. Before the battle, Lahabrea told me I was the key to finishing this. Although I'm but an illusion, my soul has crossed eons to find its home in another. One whose body Athena has seen fit to purloin as her own. Much of what I once was now resides in him. Should my memory seize this chance and follow suit, they may resound enough to wake his mind. If Athena inhabits him still, what will become of you? I don't know, but if I can rouse the soul, perhaps it will disrupt Athena's hold. Best chance we got. We have. Reading. My whole life others have looked down upon me, but I've never given up searching for my purpose. Now I've found it. The decision is yours to make and yours alone. Do as you will, my son. I know you shall make me cry. Arctonius, do not dare. No! Stop this! Your words hold sway over me no longer. My life is my own. Now I have found my true family. Ugh. The power of wings. Vessel rejects me? What is happening? Athena's magic should be impotent with no body to feel them. Precisely. Athena was the sole force holding the space around Pandaemonium together, and now it crumbles. Although little would change if we were buried here, do not let this be Arya's final resting place. All my miscalculations, to think that you would be my undoing, that you would even be capable of defying me. Is there more you would say to me? Have you decided to return to your dear mother's bosom? Have you brought Claudian back to me? Apologies, but I am only the dregs of your own memory. Do not but watch as the evil you've wrought collapses, bearing you under its weight. How disappointing, truly, useless to the last. And who made me that way? Although Erictonius was not but a collection of memories, I know his absence pains you. He acted with resolve, full aware of the potential consequences. Let us look back on this moment not with sorrow, but with pride. Both are the heroes of the day. Athena's ambitions would have swallowed the world had you not stemmed their advance. She'll stay here, both to look after Professor Claudian and ensure that there are no further disturbances in the Ethereal Sea. You should rest, and will not take no for an answer. Rest for like 3 seconds, right? Guided by the past. It seems we can do naught but wait. Perhaps we might discuss the matter which has been troubling me. Your colleague Nemgigi was enlightening us on the historical events which led to this era. She let slip the name of one of the Asians, La Habrea. Although she knew of the figure only from her research, she was most insistent that there is no evidence connecting the Asian to myself. I am aware that this La Habrea used the heart of Sabik to sow chaos throughout your world, and I would be a fool to deny such strong connections between us. You're the only one present who has met the Asian in question, so I would ask you directly, are he and I one and the same? Is my fate to work in the shadows and bring about untold destruction? You're him. I see. If you say this so, then there is no reason to disbelieve it. These Asians are paragons, I'm told, work ruthless in their schemes to rejoin the sundered worlds. Heard but a small number of their deeds, and still I find it difficult to comprehend the depths to which they were willing to sink. Choose the path of evil, all for the sake of the star. I admit 'tis a decision I would make under the right circumstances. Though the ages may take their toll, my devotion to my duty will never waver. Paying no heed to what might be lost, I will treat the heart of Sabik as a mere tool for my own ends. Never caring to look beyond the surface. I will unleash forces that I fail to truly comprehend and remain blissfully ignorant of my hypocrisy all the while. It appears Claudian has awakened. Arya, I have some faint memories of what transpired. You stood against Athena and won? And you were there too. La Habrea. Erictonius' memories of you dwell within me still. Through unyielding discipline, you hope to forge a son equal to yourself, but the crucible you placed him in left scars which were loath to heal. You were never motivated by selfishness. All you did was in service of your duty. At the least, I will hear no more. Though you may possess Erictonius' memories, you are not him. In rebirth, you become someone else entirely, and you belong to this age. As such, I am your enemy, and an enemy does not deserve sympathy. Of course, I would never condone the actions of the Ascian, but you are not him. You are La Habrea of the Convocation. You spared no effort in saving us from Athena's machinations. For that, you deserve the utmost praise and my personal thanks. If you insist on deceiving yourself, then so be it. My stance remains unchanged. Most difficult of your trials is behind you, but you may find that Pandaemonium has yet to relinquish the last of its secrets. Among them is the identity of Hephaestus, his liberator, who set the very first wheels in motion. There is but one place to find these answers: the past. However, I must insist that you keep silent about Athena's fate. While I doubt it would change the decisions I make, you should not tender us information we could not uncover ourselves. Now that I've said my piece, I shall follow my son's footsteps. These odious memories will fade to nothing, as was always their fate. Farewell. My time too draws near, but I believe I can stay long enough to see this matter through. You shall journey to the past to seek out the truth of La Habrea's words, yes. Well, Themis himself may have been there to see this encounter. I'd have the unique opportunity to hear your perspective on the matter, as of course if you will share it with me. I look forward to it. I shall take in the ethereal sea one final time as I await your return. Arya, truth be told, I thought you would have little reason to ever visit this place again. Seems I was wrong. I'm looking for answers. How neatly you obfuscate your motivations. Do as you will, then. She has gone through the trouble to visit us, so I hardly think curtness is in order. Brave Pandaemonium together. Why not at least share with her our progress? I have relinquished control of Pandaemonium to La Habrea. I was never meant to hold it for long, and now such authority resides in rightful hands. With La Habrea's help, we have poured through Athena's research into the Hemeteoi. Thus, we were able to restore Hegemony's mind and body. Yet, there is still much work to be done. Damage repair, keywords replaced. The tasks are too many to count. But although the path may be long, our progress is steady. I believe we can safely say that Pandaemonium will soon function as it did before. Indeed, but before we reach that point, however, there are some matters which must be put to rest. One concerns Pandaemonium itself, and another is a personal matter. Until they are settled, I cannot move forward. It shall not take long. Lack of resolve caused me to delay, but I have chosen my course. These concerns must be weighty indeed. Do you intend to share their burdens with us? If you would bear witness, then come. Your arrival at this very moment almost beggars belief, but I shall not ask you to leave, unless you do not interfere, no matter what may happen. Stay here. This will be over soon. Why did you call me here, Master Lahabra? There is still much to be done if the warders would be freed. You have served me within Pandaemonium since Athena's time, have you not? That makes you the most senior keyword now that XIV is gone. As such, you deserve to know a secret few others are privileged to hear, one concerning myself. Separating Hephaestus from myself required removing part of my soul. A necessary sacrifice, but one which came at no small cost to my natural talents. And by the shadow of the man I was at the time of my appointment as Lahabrea. I could never hope to wield the same magics that Hephaestus used to bind the warders' minds, let alone break their shackles. A tone of defeat does not befit your voice, Master Lahabrea. Do not give in to despair. There is no despair, only truth. Do not confide in you to garner cheap sympathy. Hephaestus left behind fascinating research. His conclusion was that in order to transform a vessel into a absolute control over the mind was essential. As you well know, the magics used to achieve such dominion exploited strong emotions within their victims' hearts. In the case of Hesperos and Xistus, their respect for me. Upon slipping his bonds, Hephaestus took steps to throw Pandaemonium into chaos. With their attention divided, keyword and warder alike were easy targets. But there was an act that came before. Regardless of Hephaestus' prowess, he could not have won freedom on his own. For long days and nights I pondered who might have released him. I could only conclude that Athena's plans were set in motion long, long ago to claim the mind of one of her admirers. Hegemony. No one questioned your pride in your position, your devotion to Pandaemonium. But you do not believe I'm the one fit to lead it, do you? Your loyalty lies not with my vision for Pandaemonium, but Athena's. Master Lahabrea, whatever spurred the sudden accusation, I assure you there is a proper explanation. What are you doing, Lahabrea? I missed the line. It was on auto. Do not approach! I've already stated, yeah, even should I detect Athena's tinkering, I'm currently powerless to dispel it. And so I've come to a decision, one which was made with the best interest of our star in mind. For to build a better future, I require the strength I have lost. I must embrace these odious memories. Mark well this sight, engrave it upon your very soul. You now bear witness to the true Lahabrea. I imagine this was an easy choice, but it is done. Is she alive? Yes, and she shall remember this lesson well. Athena's puppet no longer, I see. She may yet harbor ill will toward me, but that's a risk I am willing to take. Our star requires a steady hand to guide it, and now mine is equal to the task. No longer allow Pandaemonium to divert my focus. Gemini, I would ask that you serve me anew. There is none other more suited to overseeing this prison. None other who will take such pride in their duty. My loyalty to Athena led me to betray you once before. Why would you allow me to keep the position of keyword? I require your talents, as I require Hephaestus's. Past is of no consequence. Very well. In honor of our fallen colleagues, I shall restore this institution to its former glory. While harboring himself once more. Or is himself once more. I really cannot read today. He wields his authority without hesitation, thinks not twice over once his judgment has sounded. Yeah, he is different from Athena. He thinks only of the betterment of the star. So long as duty guides his actions, he shall not share her fate. Should his conviction ever waver, the emissary will set him back on the proper course. Good. This is the path he chooses to walk, and I will walk with him. I will allow our bond to fray no further. As his son, I will support him in the days ahead. I would not ask you to say the same, Arya. You and I stand on peaks separated by vast chasms. Perspectives shall never align. And never shall one give way to the other, for such is our nature. With that in mind, let's consider any doubts between us to be void. Before you leave here, mark well these words. My resolve shall weather loss unfathomable and yield before no obstacle. Walk your path with the same conviction. Alright, well, we're going back to Ultros. I just heard thunder. Fun. There you are, Arya. While you were away, Themis brought me up to speed on all that happened while I was held prisoner. The story shone light upon any number of questions that were niggling at my conscience, namely those concerning the ethereal signature emanating from Az's law. Tell us its source was Athena, reaching out as far as she could from her prison, ever grasping for someone to take Erichtonius' place, grasping for the body his soul resided in. I wanted to ask, when you first found the crystal, were you unable to hear the memories stored within? Indeed, it was only after our research was well underway that I could hearken to its whispers. Contact with the crystal should have awakened the memories, but the passage of time likely changed Erichtonius' soul in subtle ways. Perhaps ethereal resonance was a gradual process in this case. However, being attuned to Erichtonius exposed you to Athena's voice as well. Doubtless the choice to venture forth into Az's law was not your own. It was Athena's influence working through you. I do recall being strangely fixated on acting alone. I never would have encouraged such recklessness, usually. Although the choice was not entirely my own, I'm still ashamed of my actions. Reflection is how we plant the seeds of growth, although we must not blame ourselves for events out of our control. If the voice in the crystal belongs to the person from which your soul originated, well, not even the most brilliant researcher could come to that conclusion. Your reassurance means more than you know. Thank you. Now, one final matter. It concerns the very crystal whose discovery set this adventure in motion. Perhaps sparked by recent events, a new light began to shine from within its depths. From my experience, this may indicate that a new memory has floated to the surface, eager to be observed. For some time, the question of why La Habre and Erictonius would leave such a crystal behind in the first place has lingered in the back of my mind. With Erictonius' memories and such magical talents as are at my disposal, I believe I can make the final memory manifest for us all to behold. Shall we witness it together? I leave this memory for you, the future of our star. The final days have come. The creation magics we have so relied upon now hasten our downfall. But despair is not yet won out. La Habre and the others of the Convocation are working to stem the chaos which threatens to engulf our star. Their plan requires great sacrifice. Themis has already offered to give his life for our salvation. But there's another problem which must be dealt with. Pandaemonium, wherein are confined our most vicious creations. Even should we survive the final days, it will take time to restore order. If Pandaemonium cells were breached and the prisoners set upon the star, our hard-won peace would be obliterated in an instant. Someone must stay behind to ensure that never happens. With Themis and La Habre otherwise indisposed, that responsibility falls to me. And that is why I must defy the directive of the Convocation. My soul will not be offered to manifest the will of the star, but instead consigned to eternal vigil. I know that in doing so, the final days may take me. I may not live to see my duty upheld. That's why I've resolved to set this crystal adrift in the tides of the underworld. His memories of Pandaemonium from both my father and I, and shall bear this warning to the future even if I cannot. I've imbued the crystal with magics that will attract it to my essence. Even should I journey through the underworld and be born anew, this message will reach me. Pandaemonium shall not be left unattended. If all else fails, and perhaps another woman, like my dear friend, will come along, with an almost unnatural ability to pick up the scent of trouble. I wonder where she is now. How many souls has she saved? How many beasts has she slain since last we met? Alongside my warning, this memory shall carry a wish. Arya, may we meet again. Now listen well. If anyone receives this message, you must come to Pandaemonium. Please make haste. I repeat. Well, that dispels a lot of my doubts. Thank you for humoring me. And now we come to this. It survived. Yes, the heart of Sabik. The tie that bound Athena's memories to my body, no doubt. When I regained my senses, I found it on my person. Now it appears your efforts have left it bereft of memories. No trace remains of Athena. However, its power as Orsight yet remains, and it may prove to be a valuable trove of knowledge in the hands of the right researcher. I feel that fate has left it with me for a reason. So take my leave, and on behalf of my colleagues, nay, the entire Star, thank you both for putting an end to Athena's wickedness. In and out, in and out.
I see. Then Hephaestus' story has been laid bare.
Surprise! It's voiced! God.
As has the nature of our mysterious crystal. The questions which led us into Pandaemonium are answered, and soon order shall be restored. I too can fade away, unburdened by regret. I could not have reached this point without you, friend. So many revelations. But there are more, if you would dig a little deeper. Elidibus's soul was plucked from the ethereal sea, and from it I was wrought. Surely you have a passing interest in what I remember, in what I feel. You deserve what answers I can provide. While my memories of Pandaemonium are clear, all else is hazy at best. Perhaps Athena made me this way. Or perhaps it is the result of who or what I was before. Still, I can recall vague figures, scenes from my future and your past. At the Crystal Tower's peak, we clash. And later, from that self-same spire, I send you forth into our age, into Elpis. Why do I decide on such a course? Formless as these images are, I cannot say. However, I can hazard a guess. Somewhere within my fragmented memories, I catch a glimpse of our journey into Pandaemonium. A glimpse which shows not the path we took or the destination where it led us, yet by its very presence demands that you are required in Elpis. And even if that act is but one link in the chain of events which ends in Atheris' salvation, then this all has meaning. Our time together, every moment, is worthwhile, and I am unburdened by regret. That said, it is possible my motivations become something else entirely. That you would cross this vast expanse in the hopes of being reunited with your allies. A devotion that once would have baffled me. But after having been to the depths of that twisted prison and back, I think I can understand. Now, I have pulled back the curtain as far as I dare. The people of your age call this the Ethereal Sea, a name I quite enjoy, for it teems with life, each star a soul on its journey. And among these uncountable stars, it was yours that crossed my path. For that, I shall be forever grateful. I wish you well on your journey. A journey as long as your star is bright. A journey not bound by the confines of this world or any other. How fascinating. The truths that dwell at the edge of sleep. The course of history is set by its victors. It is immutable, and yet should this star continue upon its path, look, the light.
Welcome back, Arya. I hope you said farewell to Themis for me. Recent events have given me not only a new focus for my research, but also insight into my own origins. Truly, it is a gift I could never hope to repay. As Lahabrea said, I am not Erictonios, yet I bear a part of him inside me, and I shall do what I can to follow the traces he has left behind in the present day. A spark has been struck in my mind. I am ready to pursue my research with a fervor the likes of which I have not had since my youth. Doubtless I shall have need of you in the days and moons ahead. When that time comes, I only hope that you will once again lend me your sound counsel. Till then, may you fare well. Sure. Awesome, Jill. Great job. Whereas, the more I try to make sense of what happened, the more my mind ties itself in knots. It will take weeks, or dare I say months, to navigate this maze of questions. I may have to suggest that Professor Claudian hire more assistants. Recount the threat to the Ethereal Sea. Now I need to turn auto back off. Thanks, Elizabeth. Arya, may I have a moment of your time? I would very much like to hear of the battles you fought within Pandaemonium that appeared in our age. While I was fortunate enough to witness most events with my own eyes, I was not there to write down a blow-by-blow account. Your testimony would be a welcome and flavorful addition to my records. I think your foes would be even more fantastic than the ones you faced in the past. Truly, not even my wildest imaginings could have come close to what reality gave us. I'm particularly fascinated by Athena, and cannot help but wonder what she would have become if I left to her devices. We were terribly close to finding out, and doubtless it would have been one of the last revelations of our lives. But she may not have gone so far if not for the aura sight, which magnified her desires to an almost incomprehensible degree. Just how it could influence one's soul is a matter well beyond the ken of modern scholarship. I believe you saw how twisted those under its sway can become when you face the Lucavi. It's what designs the ultimate the High Seraph have been bestowing the gift of aura sight to those poor souls. If Athena had achieved her dream of godhood, she may very well have been able to bend even the aura sight to her will, and soon the world would have followed suit. Well, the chilling end of my story are a fascinating theory to add to my report. Of course, I must scour our documents for any supporting evidence. Now I understand why you sent Rusanad to fetch any scrap containing even hints of crystalline machinations. But Professor Claudian, I had noticed when the important tasks were being left neglected, and when I inquired as to the reason, poor Rusanad explained that he could barely keep up with your request. Something must be done about this new obsession of yours. You must pursue it until you find the answers you seek. I believe you are on your way to the discovery that shall make you the envy of your peers, myself included. We often find breakthroughs only after shattering the rules of conventional research. I shall tender Rusanad's task, but you must promise me that your reports will be a thing of wonder. Of course, Professor, you have my word. I shall give you every scenario a fair shake. Where evidence is lacking, imagination shall fill in the gaps. I shall blend the lines between fantasy and science so skillfully, you'll doubt if they were ever there at all. I would expect no less from one of my assistants. Before you put pen to parchment, I would be honored if you shared some of your idle musings with me. I will, Professor, I will. If you have any interest, Arya, and I know you do, stop by any time. I will share with you my most recent theories. Pandaemonium on the Basios Savage is now accessible. And that wraps up Pandaemonium! Hooray! Hooray, hooray, hooray! We're getting closer to the end of Endwalker, man. We're getting closer to catching up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we've got some more stuff to do in 6.4 though, so next time we will work on those. Yeah. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and/or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps to keep being content like this and more. Also, there's a new triple try guy. You find the links for that down in the description below, along with links to me on social media. It also helps support the channel by becoming a channel member. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!